I believe competition is healthy because competition has a way of pushing standards up, isn't it? You've got to pull up your socks when somebody sets up next door to you. But for a setup like ours, I believe collaboration is what wins. Because what collaboration does, it enables us to leverage the very best of everyone. Because I think there's enough space for all of us, isn't it? There's enough cake for all of us. And we need everybody so that this puzzle can be complete. And the reason I'm a great advocate for collaboration is because it helps us complete the puzzle and gives everybody an opportunity to shine. Because there is something you will do in the puzzle, right? So this being the team of leaders, that is actually the responsibility or the challenge I'm throwing your way. How can we ensure that we are all pulling together? Because just sitting here this evening, I'm actually a lot more encouraged than I was coming because any area of support that is in the diaspora policy, for example, or even in other areas of mission is represented right here, okay? I know I said today is not the night for speeches, but I seem like I've gotten into that space. But mine is really to say that is the sort of vision I have coming on board, working together, mutually respecting each other. I think if there's a time innovation is going to be called upon, it is now. Yeah, because we just have to think, they say outside the box, but I'm now thinking we think without the box, isn't it? It's got to be blue sky. That's the only way we are going to make progress. On my part, on part of the mission, we are open. We are ready all the time to work collaboratively with you because there is absolutely no way we can do this job on our own. And the ideas, the concepts, whatever it is that we need to do, we will actually be heavily, heavily dependent upon yourselves. Because I'll say, like we said, the wearer of the shoe knows where it bites. So we do not want to be setting policies or doing things or setting up institutions that are not speaking to the needs of our customers. So our focus is very much like the banking sector, the KYC. We've heard about it, isn't it? Know your client. And we cannot know our client except through yourselves. Now, what the mission has been doing as I close is to work through this framework for obvious reasons, because we have 250,000 plus Kenyans here, isn't it? So if we were to try to reach each one of them individually, it's going to be very, very, very difficult. And that's one of the reasons that the mission chose to work a lot more through the communities and the community leaders for efficiency and for reach. Does that mean the doors are closed for anybody who might want to come and see us separately? The answer is no. The door is open for those who would like to come and see us. But I cannot close by saying, as you come to see us, the other thing I would really like to drive is, let's be solution-oriented. Because the solutions lie here, isn't it? The mission really does not have a monopoly of knowledge. There are some things they may not even know just by virtue of the tenure that the officers sit. You can see, like some of you who are here maybe in the farewell, there are many new faces that have come since then, and such is the nature of diplomacy. So if you can help us by thinking through, by giving us suggestions which we can consider together, that would be amazing. Listening to Lucas as well, this event has been sponsored by very many people. And again, the mission would be very keen to leverage those networks. Because like I've said, government resources are shrinking by the day, and that's a statement of fact, because the demands of citizens for services are also increasing, and perhaps the revenue growth is not increasing in tandem, so to speak. So if we can work together even in terms of tapping those networks, that would be extremely appreciated. I heard somebody here a comment that they came from the ghetto and they have come and made something of themselves, right? And I remember just noting that and saying, we have what it takes. If we fail to do it, it's because we do not want to do it, right? So that is one of the things also that came to mind. The other one that came to mind is the footprint. When I look at the people seated here, this is a very small representation of Kenyans. The mission is only a total of about 31 staff. There is only so far that you can reach with 31. But we've got about, I'm told, upwards of 250,000 Kenyans in the UK, right? And I want you to be the feet of the mission wherever you are. And I want you to be the voice of the mission, because there are places we may not be able to reach, okay? The other fact I would want to put across up front is resources are diminishing by the day, isn't it? The government, the resources are shrinking every day, and I do not expect that they are going to expand. So if there are things we are going to do, we will have to do them together and do them very innovatively. How can we stretch each pound a little further? How can we stretch each shilling a little further? Okay? Now, this has been acknowledged, but allow me to repeat that diaspora is actually a very, very critical part of what we do at the mission and the government as a whole. And I don't think I need to belabor that. We started out with diaspora units just to be able to support the few people that were out there. That was considered inadequate, and diaspora got a full-fledged State Department. And I don't think there is any other way of actually underpinning the commitment and the seriousness of government to support diaspora than that. I believe some, or maybe all of you, will also be aware that just last year, the State Department for Diaspora also developed a diaspora policy. I think it's just in the final stages. Maybe some of you contributed. And for me, the policy says, how do we as government want to approach this very critical constituency that is out here? So whether diaspora is key or not, I think that now should be a foregone conclusion, because there are, should I say, tangible ways and very intentional efforts at actually supporting the diaspora. But I think this is also a good opportunity to say, at the mission level, where really does the mission come as far as the diaspora is concerned? Because everybody, anaingia huku kivyake, isn't it? Yeah, the mission comes in to enable, to facilitate. What are the policy frameworks that we can put in place? I've seen lots of businesses here selling land, insurance, and so on. Are there policy frameworks that the government can put in place to make that easier to do, or more efficient, or less costly, whatever the challenge might be? That really is where the mission comes in, to be able to put the voice. How can the mission put the right voice? They can't, because they don't wear the shoe, isn't it? Yeah? The wearers of the shoes are yourselves and the people you represent. And we can only, I like to tell people, we can only bake the cake based on the ingredients that you provide. If you just give us water and flour, I'm not sure that can be a cake, isn't it? Yeah? If you give us water, flour, and sugar, it will be something, but not quite a cake, yeah? So please, one of my appeals from the get-go is, let us speak to each other, and let us speak honestly. If there are things we are doing well, tell us that we are doing well. If there are things you think, I like to call it the KSS principle. What is it that we need to keep doing because it is working for us? What is it that we need to start doing? We are not doing it today, but if we started doing, we would move a little faster. And the last one is usually my most critical one. What should we stop doing? Because it is not working for us. It is actually slowing us down. You are our clients. Sometimes we do things imagining that they are working, isn't it? But the real recipient is not happy with it. We talk about when the rubber meets the road, that's when you know if things are working or not. Or like we like to say back home, vitu kwa ground different, right? So that different thing is what we want to be able to understand and work alongside yourselves to resolve. So what is my vision as I come on board? My vision is actually to make the London High Commission the center of excellence. And that's including the diaspora affairs. And I think I have the audacity to say that because this is the oldest. So I want to believe it's also the most experienced of the diasporas, isn't it? I don't think there's any other diplomatic mission that dates as far back as perhaps the UK diaspora. What I've been told also in my interactions is this is one of the most robust ones as well. So I think we can take our rightful place as pace setters, can't we? Yeah, let others come and borrow from this mission. And as Balozi Afande has said, we cannot do that on our own. Remember, I'll most probably be here. Okay, somebody prophesied 6, 7 years. Amen to that. Yeah, contractually 4 years, right? But we are going to go and we shall leave you behind, isn't it? Yeah. So the experience, the history, the knowledge you have, there is absolutely no way we can pick the same in 4 years. But you can leapfrog our progress by partnering with us to do that. So how do I hope to make this a center of excellence? Collaboratively